me put I can see you so I can know you here. You can see me. Good evening. I'm excited. Yes, miss, you can see me. Can you see my custom shirt? Just for you guys. We mean business. Come on, everyone. Can you all see me? Yes, I am glad and excited that you all can see me. Beautiful. Stay right there. Do not go anywhere because I am excited. Allow me to do one more troubleshooting and we're going to get to business. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me go find beautiful Kayana. I see you. Takia, Shanika, Chelsea, Abigail, Antonia, Tawana, Miss Chanel. Welcome, everybody. I am so excited to be here tonight. Beautiful, smiley artist. Welcome, welcome. Let me do one more. Let me go find my slide and I'm going to present my slide and we're going to get started. I am so excited. A little bit of anxiety, a little bit, but I'm going to acclimatize in a minute once I get in the flow. Once I get in the flow, I'm going to acclimatize. But one sec, real quick. Let me see. Too many technology. Geez. Image file, share screen. This is the one I want to do. Share screen. Share screen. Yes. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you all see my screen? It says importance of wraparound services in the diagnostic lab. So this is the diagnostic lab edition. Let me know if you can see my screen. Yes, Christopher, Ramona. Can you all hear her? I can't. Ramona, you can't hear me. Beautiful Chanel, Miss Chanel, thank you so very beautiful. I am so glad you guys are here. You can see my screen. You can hear me. As you can see, this is serious for me. I took business. Oh, it's small, but you can see. Let's see. Let me go ahead and see if I can do something else. Let me see. Let me see if I can stretch it. I'm gonna mess up my font. But the most important thing is for you to listen, and I will take questions at the end of the day. Okay, y'all? Yes, beautiful Kenyatta. Okay, y'all can see me. Try to see if you can move closer. Do something. I don't want to mess up with this. What is this? I'm streaming from StreamYard. All right, guys. All right. What I want to do today is talk about wraparound services. What is wraparound services and how can we benefit from offering wraparound services, y'all? Okay. And at the end of this presentation, I'm also going to take questions. Make sure you're paying attention because there are some new things I have not shared with you guys that I'm going to share with you today. All right. So make sure you're paying close attention because you are going to benefit from this beautiful thing here. All right. For those of you that are new, I am Elizabeth Akinfiwe-Soye, Masters in Public Health, Masters also certified in Public Health. So that's my MCHES certification right there. What I want to talk about today is the importance of you guys we as a diagnostic lab owner, offering wraparound services. So this is the wraparound services, the lab edition. I went ahead to define wraparound services because it might be a new terminology. Some of you probably don't know or you know. I want you to know that wraparound service is actually a borrowed word from the mental health behavior industry, right? Behavior therapists, behavioral health counselors, they actually are the ones that offer wraparound services to their patients. Right? So when patient comes in for therapy, they then go the extra mile to offer support because people that are going through mental health issues have other issues, comorbid issues, right? It could be housing, it could be addiction, it could be this, it could be that. So that is where this word is actually copied from, right? But let's tie the concept back into what we do as business owner that operates a diagnostic lab testing. So in my layman's understanding and terms, I said it's another word around diversification. So it's another word when we say wrap around, it means that you guys should diversify, explore, try something, add on, aka stack your services, right? So it means that we are able, or you should be offering more than one services to the same clients and the same people that you're already seeing. All right. In a lab business, offering the same services to the same customer can lead to you guys, or can allow us to make more money. Remember, everything we're going to be talking about today is all about numbers, because this is an entrepreneurship what forum. We are together because we have the same goal, right? Which is to make money, break curses, break generational curses, and make generational wealth, right? So if you are here for the same goal, put in the comment yes. All right. So we are here for the same goal, which is to make money, build wealth, right? So that's why, as a business coach, as a consultant, I say, well, how can I bless my people? What can I do? How can I allow, how can I bring us together to let you see what is on the other side? All right. So in a lab business, offering the same kind of services, the same services or different services to the same people would allow and open the next door, the next pathway. For example, I give us an example. I make sure I break down everything. I'm not just going to be using these ambiguous words. I try to want to break it down, make it relatable. Right? So, for example, DOT drug testing is required for workers in the sensitive, safe, sensitive position. For example, someone that drives truck. If they drive truck, we must make sure they are not under the influence of alcohol, because if they are, what's going to happen? They might kill somebody, there might be accidents, infrastructural destructions, a lot of issues can come. So DOT regulates what? Drug testing. So if we are offering drug testing, a good way to offer wraparound services is then to include testing such as what? DOT physical, breath and alcohol, right? These are the type of service we can offer. So that's just one example. So we all do drug testing in this industry, right? So if you're doing drug testing, it is as well safe to say, why don't you make your business a one-stop shop? Why don't you make it a one-stop shop? Because people that are looking for drug testing are also looking for breath and alcohol. It's the combination of two. And if you are struggling because breath and alcohol, the breathalyzer is a little bit expensive, there is this test you can offer. It's called the ETG test. A lot of probation officers, people in the corrections, are always looking for the ETG test. ETG test is administered to people that are what? That are driving and they got caught by the police, right? So you guys know that. So that's another myth. So that is a perfect example. When we're saying wraparound services, offering drug testing, DOT physical, breath and alcohol is a very because the people, your customer that are coming to you for drug testing are also looking for what? Breath and alcohol. That is to the people that are in the sensitive position. How about those individuals like you and I that are just looking for pre-employment, those that are looking for job? A lot of times, especially our nurses, when they are going for a new assignment, they are not only looking for drug testing, they are also looking for TB test. They might sometimes be looking for background checks. They might sometimes be looking for I-9 verification. These are stackable services. Remember I said, what is another word for wraparound? It is to stack. So you're offering your services to the same population. Simply first, I see you, y'all. Welcome, 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 welcome. Everybody stay right there, okay? So this is what we say, one-stop shop for everything. All right? As an entrepreneur, as someone that likes to make money, as someone that likes to deal with number, as someone that is not comfortable with their current position, as an entrepreneur, you should not be comfortable. If you are making 10,000 per month, you should not be comfortable because you're already there. You may as well be making more than 10,000. So we should not be comfortable with our current figure. And a lot of people in this industry, this diagnostic lab industry, we underutilize our potential. We don't even know the power of what we do. We don't. But I'm going to open your eyes today to some certain things that you have not seen or heard because you don't even know. A guy, I don't lie. And I have receipts for everything that I say. I don't just talk because I feel like talking. I talk because I am led, I am inspired, and I have receipts. I talk with receipts. He reached out to me today. This guy has been solely low key, but he was needing gender review testing. He didn't know, he missed that portion in class. He didn't get that part when I said it. So he texted me around 7 o'clock this morning. He said, Coach, how are you? He sounded very nice, very eloquent. Hey, Coach, very nice. You know, when you're trying to get something from somebody, you will be very obedient. You'll be very nice. So he came to me and said, hey, Coach, how are you? My, please. So it is followed up with a screenshot just to show me that he's my paid student. And he said, can I give him the name of the company that does the gender review? Oh, I said, sure, because immediately once I scrolled through, oh, it was my student. So I immediately felt obliged to do that. And immediately said, Coach, I can't thank you enough. You have blessed me immensely. In less than 5 weeks, this guy made $19,000. 5 weeks, $19,000 in the same industry. Some of you have not even made 5,000 in this industry since you have been in this industry. Some of you have not. And I came with receipts. Some of you may have seen this post, some of you may have not, but I encourage you to go look at it because these are evidence-based. He came thanking me, and it wasn't a private student session. He only took my immigration course. He only took $110 as led in, so there's a return on investment. He invested $110 in my course, and he walked away with 19,000. And this guy is going because 19,000 is just the starting point. He should not feel comfortable, right? Because he has reached out, he's looking for gender review. I didn't show you guys all the other conversation. He's actually going into funeral testing now. A lot of people, when they die, how many of you have your wills here? How many of you have written your will? We don't know when we are going to die. But a lot of us, we shy away from those things. So people be dying and they forgot to write their wills and all that. So he's going to go into funeral testing. You know, that's another niche in DNA testing. I don't know if you guys know that. But that's by the way. So as entrepreneurs, we should diversify because one, we are going to increase our revenue stream and it enhances adaptability of market change. That might be too big. That might be a big vocabulary. I'm going to break it down. What does adaptability to market change mean? A very good example of adaptability to market change is, for example, some of you have home care agency. If you have a home care agency, put in the comment. Let me see. I have an home care agency. I have a staffing care agency. I have a lab. I have a nonprofit. I have everything because what? I am an entrepreneur. I am looking for means of survival. I want to make money. That's just my mind. So this led me into multiple businesses. However, a perfect example for adaptability to market changes is, you know, as a home care agency owner, you might start off with a non-skilled agency, right? But then you begin to see that, oh, your friend is telling you there is something in skilled care. Skilled nursing is different from skilled. I hope you guys know that. Non-skilled is different from skilled. With a non-skilled, you can only do like care like bath, transportation, feeding, cooking, mesh reminder. But when it comes to skilled nursing, you're looking at OT, occupation therapy. You're looking at PT. You're looking at wound care. That's when the nurse will go trach care, all those advanced care, yet in the home care setting, in the home setting, right? So advancement or adaptability is that for you that have a home care agency, non-skilled home care agency, you are able to immediately leverage. You see that you have home care, a non-skilled, you can immediately leverage and start to do what? Skilled nursing. All you have to do is use the same policies and procedure and just add on. And that's what I'm trying to teach you guys today. Use what you have to get what you need. You gotta use what you have. You're not gonna go ahead and keep wasting your time. You're gonna leverage and stack. Because by the time you start to stack services, you're opening the next door. A lot of you have difficulty connecting with doctors. A lot of you have problems networking with the assisted living homes. A lot of you don't have contract with nursing homes. You guys don't understand marketing. You guys don't understand how to get your word out there to the right people that need your business. How can somebody be making $19,000 in 5 weeks and you're making zero? It is because you understand you lack the skill sets. You lack to identify the right people, your target audience. So what we are going to do today is to adapt, right? You're going to adapt. So by you fostering stability, because you want to continue to stay, because a lot of times some people start this business and they end up going back home. They don't understand the business. This industry lacks a lot of what? Understanding around it. People don't understand how to move this business. And yet it's an healthcare business. My last class, we had a cohort, because this current cohort, we had a session on Sunday, right? And I was sharing with them about how STD testing could just, and Michelle is right here. Michelle actually is the one that puts me on that plug. She plugged me in on that story. She actually shared all of those things to me. And STD testing only is fetching some people billions of dollars in a week by identifying a niche. Because remember, they said your riches is in the niches. Your riches is in the niches. So these young folks, they identify problems in a particular population. They went there and they begin to service those people. The problem is that a lot of you guys don't know how to find problems. You have to know that you are a solution based business. If your business is not taking away problems, if your business is not solving problems, offering solution, you're not going to make money. You have to start to think in that direction. The moment you start to understand that your business has to be solution based, because that's what people are going to pay for, solution. People are looking for confidential DNA testing. People are looking to get new jobs. How are you going to help them to bridge that gap? That's what we are talking about. So stability, adaptability to help you continue to be stable and grow. Because at this point, you have to understand that you want to be stable. Then from there, you can think of what? Growth, advancement, right? So what will help you to become stable? What will keep your doors open? How can people start to come to you? Isn't that where we came up with the idea of TPAs? Can at least TPAs start to send those clients in? Because by the time they start to send those people in, it allows what them to see what you guys are doing, and they can see the other things that you guys are offering. Let's keep going. Don't go anywhere. So I then said, so speaking of home care agency owner, a home care agency owner, you all by now should have your clear. Clear certificate will take you to the next level. Some of you don't know that home care agency is beautiful. The money is there. But for you to get one client is trouble. And for you to retain one client is problem. Because clients have that tendency to shop around. They don't like the caregiver. They don't like things about you. They know they have other options. They will give you problem. But the moment you appear sophisticated, you're bringing solution. What is clear? What is clear going to do to you as a home care agency? First of all, let's define what clear is. Clear allows you to do simple tests, rapid tests that is of low risk, very waiver testing such as COVID, pregnancy test, flu testing, a manufacturer test. A test that, like, you can go to dollar store now and pick up a pregnancy test. You can just dip that thing in a urine and see. It's going to give you the interpretation. That's what waiver is. It's always manufacturer with clear instructions without risk. And a lot of your home care patients or clients, they are needing simple. Some of them are diabetic. Why do you think they need your care in the home? Why don't you think why do you think they should not go and why are they not somewhere else? Why are they asking for home care? Why are they asking for care at home? They are sick, but they can't care for themselves. So they have little issues like diabetic. They have problems. So home care agency owner, you should be looking to leverage with having your clear business. Point of care testing. If you are in the business of taking care of people in their home, because you can't take care of someone without doing that first initial assessment. And hiring a registered nurse will still need to go there and do assessment to see a history on their health, to see what their doctor wants them to do, the medication you want to remind, the fall that you want to avoid, the risk for it, everything that you want to do. You are in charge of somebody's health and care. So having basic clear will put you ahead of the game. This is for my home care agency's owner. Some of you don't understand how lab impacts your business. Some of you don't understand that you need lab in conjunction with your home care. You are looking for patients. You are looking for patients. You're looking for clients. You've gone to all the social workers. You've talked to a lot of discharge planner, but you're not getting those referrals. The moment you say that you offer these stackable services, lab work, and all this other stuff, you will get these clients because everybody's looking for convenience. Remember, I said you have to be a solution provider. You must not talk at that you are looking for money. Yes, every other thing must be added, but you must be willing to serve and provide solution. The moment you start to see your business in that direction, the money will come. So walk away with this, walk away today with the idea of you offering solution and help bridging gaps that your people might need. For example, some of you don't even offer mobile services and you say you're a lab. A lot of you wants to do DNA testing, but you're not offering mobile services. What is mobile? What is mobile business? I'm gonna get to that in a minute. So I said many home care and home health patients are typically diabetic. They always need frequent blood sugar monitoring. And you can't monitor those sugar if you don't have clear. So those simple things, if you're telling a doctor, doctor, come to me, refer those clients. Why are you not working with doctors? Why are you not working with all these assisted living homes? A nursing home will discharge your patients to you because they feel like they can acclimatize at home. But why should they discharge those patients to you at home? How can somebody trust you with somebody's care without you telling them you have all of these things in play? So that's why we say compliance sometimes is a strategy mechanism. When you're compliant, when you have all these beautiful certifications, when you have your policies and procedure in play, it is a means that opens the next door. Some of you don't understand the technicality in acquiring clientele. Some of you just see the referral of business. You don't see the in-depth, and you wonder why some people are making more money than you. This is the why. This is the why. The creativity in getting clients. How are you, Swab? I see you right there. Marlene, I see you. Guys, stay right there. The creativity in you obtaining clientele, offering support and solution. So this is a very good contest. Doctors, because doctor has a lot of clientele. Doctors are your number one source of referral. All right, guys? That is just by the way, because why did I bring home care into this? One, I am a home care agency owner. Number two, I see a lot of my home care agency owner looking for lab work, looking for lab to add services because this lab will open that door, that closed door, especially in the home care agency. This lab will open it for you. If you have any question, let me know. So I carefully put together 10 wraparound services that are so relatable in this industry and also that are high profit margin that can give you money. Remember, we're talking about numbers today. I am not here to motivate you. I am here to help you to get up to work and know that there is a huge need out there. Y'all don't know that there is need. Healthcare is one of the top. I made a post today. I don't know how much you guys are following me. I don't know. But I carefully went on Google today because of you guys. I was like, and I already know the answer, but I wanted facts. Like I said, I like to talk with receipts. Healthcare, construction, transportation are the top 3 industry and IT that are making money right now in the United States. And look, construction needs our work, what we do. Healthcare is what we do. And you guys are still complaining you're not making money. You are the problem. The business is there. Go get those contracts. You know how many contracts I have? This is why I'm able to make this noise. It's because it's working for me. If it's not working, I would have been behind closed door. I won't be able to come here today to talk to you. But I need you all to get up. This industry, we need to take. How can it? Home care is not even doesn't even have. Our job is so easy. But yet you see that home care people are the ones doing conferences every day. There is no conference in this diagnostic lab. I am going to be the pace setter. In August, we're going to have our first annual conference. I want to see you all there. So wraparound services includes one, mobile. The moment you understand the concierge services, you will be ahead of your game. Because what does that do? It allows you to offer convenience. People are looking for convenience. There is money. People can afford stuff. People have money because they work hard. So the moment you start to offer convenience, and a lot of you don't even have the startup funds, overhead cost is a lot. This business that Chanel shared with me, they all they do is STD, mobile STD testing. Because we all know that overhead is another thing. So mobile DNA is one. Weight loss clinic is another one that you guys are not looking to. A lot of people are obese and overweight in America. We're going to get into all of this. DNA, weight loss is another thing. Point of care testing, you guys underutilize that. All this urgent care, you know how many times just this week I have been to the urgent care. I've taken my kids to the urgent care, and once you go to this urgent care, you're going to see long lines. What does that say to you? People are needing testing. And there is no way a doctor, you will never go to an urgent care. A doctor will not just listen to your symptoms. He needs to test your symptoms. Doctors don't look at you with your naked eyes. A doctor will need to test all of your symptoms. That is the way healthcare works. A doctor treats and diagnoses. Reversal. Let's reverse it a little bit. They diagnose and treat. So you're having symptoms. Your baby is coughing, has sore throat. You think they're going to give him antibiotics just right there? They need to test for the type of bacteria that they have. Testing is so evident. So you are underutilizing your power in lab work. And that's the reason. The reason is because you have not done your marketing. You have not done your research. So let's begin to troubleshoot all of this. Immigration services is so overlooked. Some of you have spouses, friends. Some of you are emigrating from America. Some of you don't understand that indirectly you are in immigration and immigration. You have friends that are immigrants. IV hydration. Why do people want to get IV? What about this pre-employment? What about non-emergency medical transportation? What about behavioral health? What about group home? Let's go and review those things. The first thing on my list is mobile DNA. Most people are looking for private. Be very careful here and pay attention. Come with me. Private, convenient, and confidential. I don't know if you guys know that. Sometimes people don't even know where they are from. I've seen a lot of people, my friends, African American, would tell me they don't know where they are from. And some parents are just looking for peace of mind. They want to know if the child belongs to them or no. Peace of mind paternity test only can generate you $20,000 in a month. I said that because it's applicable to me. I am a hustler. I don't know if you guys know that. I am a hustler. I am always open 24 hours. If you look me up right now on Google, my lab is open. We are open and we have good reviews on Google. Some of you don't even have my Google business page. Some of you have that problem because Google is now asking for what? Verification. Some of you don't even know how to navigate past those stage. How then do you get your business out there? The first place people go when they're looking for something is searching the engine. Google. How many of you don't search engine here? We all use Google. Google is our friend. You're looking for pizza near me, McDonald's near me, anything near me, we go on Google. So if people are looking for drug testing, DNA, the first place they go is on Google. But yet, most of you are business owners, but you are not on Google. And the thing right now with Google is that Google process is a little bit difficult, but you have not seek knowledge. You have not seek training to get you on Google. There is a way. And the beautiful thing with Google is that you can even list your business in multiple locations. Multiple location. My home care business, if you look at my home care business right now, I am in 20 counties. What I did was purchase virtual addresses in those counties. So I have like up to 20 virtual addresses. That's how you make money. You want to make money, you have to spend money. But what you will spend is not even never going to be very, because you're not, how much is 20 virtual addresses? 200 per month. You know how much I make from those? So Google, some of you don't know that you can list your businesses. So Why? How do you think Choice DNA keeps making all those money? Choice DNA, when you search right now, if you can use your phone, go ahead and search DNA naming. Choice DNA will come up. They will come up in Alabama. They will come up in Missouri. They will come up in Atlanta. They will come up in Georgia. They will come up in Texas. They will come up in Missouri. All this place. It's the power of search engine, and they make all that money. And you are in that state. You are going to be the collector. They will pay you $20, the fraction of 450 or $500 they've already charged the client, and you're just going to get the peanuts because you're not doing the same work or because you don't know. This is the reason why I am here today, to let you know some certain things. So mobile DNA is always sourced for. People are looking for private. They don't want the other people to know that they're getting tested. So they're looking for private. So you're going to tell people that you're offering mobile DNA margin is so high. A DNA test as a reseller, labs like Alliance, lab like DDC, labs like in Genome, they are giving us DNA test for only how much? $100. But ideally, DNA test in a typical place cost nothing less than $300. So the profit margin of a DNA test is only $200. So you now put that onto your mobile fee. So add your mobile fee to that. What does that give you? That gives you what? Excess. That is how you can also leverage and make more money. So I say, and the people that are looking for DNA tests, OBGYNs are always looking for DNA tests because insurance will never pay for a sonogram unless the mom is 20 weeks ahead. So early testing like gender review, non-invasive pregnancy test are always lucrative. And your ideal clientele, you have to go to the OBGYNs to get that done. A lot of you don't even know immigration. Y'all don't know immigration. One, because you're not immigrants. When I begin to tell you how much immigrants contributes to half of the revenue America makes today. That's how America makes their money, through immigration, through immigrants. But you wouldn't probably know. Your courthouses are always, a lot of people are going through divorce. People are going through child support. People are going through child custody. And a court will not give you those legalities unless you establish the paternity. Courthouses, there is a girl right in this group. She has a huge contract with the family and health, human and health department in our state. All she did was just say something. She said something. She wrote a letter to one of those people and they gave her the contract. She is the one that does all the court testing. The moment you understand the tool you have, you will be able to better use your tool. These businesses are so easy to set up. These businesses are easy to set up, but you need the right information and be in the right place. Funeral home is another overlooked. A lot of people don't go there, but yet one funeral home can give you $1,000 by just testing because it's inconvenient. Who wants to test the dead body? Nobody wants to. But if you can, you make your money. People are making great money. Please, guys, get up and get to work. This industry is lucrative. It is a very highly profitable business. If I'm making money, you can make money. We said something about weight loss. Look, according to World Health Organization, just World Health Organization, this data was from World Health Organization, WHO. In 2020, look at the number. Billions of people, not millions or thousands. We are talking about billions. Almost half of Americans are overweight. If you see anyone that is not overweight, they are either on a GLP-1 medication, on some sort of diet regime. People are overweight and looking to lose weight. Weight loss is a thing. If there is nothing you have learned from today, even if it's weight loss you want to feed yourself from, you will make a lot of money. And in this industry, you don't have to go back to school to obtain licenses or all that. You can hire somebody that already has the license and you will make money. There is this guy down the street here. He has a very small clinic, 4 rooms. You know how much his revenue is? He makes a lot of money. That's my competitor, actually. This guy has only high school diploma. High school diploma and is making money. You don't need to understand what you want to do, then do it very well. So only in United States in 2022, this statistics is from 2022, 390 million children are overweight. 2.5 billion adults are overweight. In other words, people are looking for medications. People are looking to what? Lose weight. So weight loss is a thing, right, guys? That's how you start. We're talking about wraparound service, remember? What about your point of this is the most interesting one. Point of care testing. Oh my gosh. The moment you can convert your point of care testing into a mini clinic. Nobody wants to go to their doctor for nothing. People don't like going to their doctor. I am a living witness. I don't like going to doctors. I only go to clinics on if there is problem. People don't be going to doctors like that. And what point of care testing does is that it gives us rapid results. It saves money on the healthcare system side and time. So it gives us quick results for things. And in other words, when patients, when doctors are able to see your test results like right there, they can immediately treat you. That's the reason for point of care. And we are the heart of point of care. This job, this CMS, what does CMS does? CMS allows us to have the clear. We have clear that are renewable every 2 years. We can offer point of care testing. We can do waiver testing. You just have to know how to leverage your point of care testing business. Some of you don't even have an EHR system. How many of you have an EHR system here? How are you, Crystal? How many of you have your EHR system? Some of you don't have EHR. Some of you don't even have patient portal. How some of you don't even have clients. How do you then want to have a an EHR system? I told you that I have lead testing contract. And some of you don't even understand what I was saying. Some of you didn't even bother to buy that ebook when it was $30. Some of you don't even bother. I landed a $3.8 billion contract. Let me explain my contract to you again. Maybe you don't understand. I, Elizabeth, have that contract. I was sitting right there. What I did was I bought a table. I bought a table because my business was so brown. So I was doing networking. I understood they said you have to market. That was the only thing I understood. Then I started to what? Market myself. I did a lot of, I didn't even have custom shirts by then. But I bought table, I bought a banner, I bought some few things just for marketing, promotion, and all that, right? And I set up a table to offer free COVID testing. People never showed up at my table. They didn't want to come to the table. Who wants to be diagnosed of a COVID test? Nobody has time for COVID. Though COVID was a thing, but they preferred to go to the other vendor table. That's what I'm trying to say, in other words. And to cut the long story short, they didn't come. I took myself to the other tables. I started to network. I started to pick up the cars. And I saw one provider there. You have to see that book in order for you to understand where I'm coming from. And I started to talk to them. I went through a lot of process. Some of the process was to get myself credentialed. So you would need to be credentialed because if we are doing lead testing, who's going to pay me? Insurance pays me for all this testing. So if I can get this contract, you all can get this type of contract. In one day, in a day, we test close to 200 folks. And when we submit those claims, we see our numbers right there. And it's lead testing. You know how many? It's just like home care. A lot of you are looking for home care patients because people age every day. It's the same thing. Those people that age, they were babies, right? People that age, that you want to take care of them in their homes, is the business of people. You are in the business of human services. That's what I'm saying. Anytime you are in the business of people, you should be making money. That's the idea. You are in human services. People like to buy stuff. People need something, especially healthcare business. Is that making sense? So these children needs to be lead tested because children are prone to what? Exposures to lead and lead poisoning because they tend to put everything in their mouth. So it is a mandatory test. Every state should be every state mandates lead testing. And a lot of times doctors don't be catching this at the early points. Because when you go to your doctor, you're just going there for sick visit or you're going there for what? Your annual check, which is your every yearly test and all that. So a lot of doctors, lead testing falls underneath the crack. So that's where we all come in play. We are mobile labs. We then come in place to take care of those little flaws that the excess from the doctor that they're not doing. We come from that. We come and take care of that population. But you need to invest in that program so you can see exactly what I'm saying. So hospitals, nursing home, Doctors, you can retrieve clients from these places, especially nursing home. Nursing homes are looking for stats and routine blood draw. They are nursing home. They don't have phlebotomy on site. Nursing home don't hire phlebotomists. I hope you guys know that. They only hire CNAs who will take care of patients and clean their poop and clean their urine, and hire LPNs and nurses who will give medication. They don't hire phlebotomists. So and patients that are in the nursing home, that's their home. They don't usually go to doctor unless they have to go to dialysis and other places. So they need stats and routine blood draw. So you have to take your business. You know how much only mobile blood draw business people be? Why do you think mobile blood draw is a business? They make a lot of money. You just stick, and you're done. It's the turnaround time with healthcare. It's the turnaround time. It's so much volume with it. I remember when I was talking to Kola. Kola was one of my first cohorts when I started coaching them. She was burned out from drawing blood. That's why she came to me. Coach, can I do that as a business? I said yes. Because in a day, Cola only draws up to 300 people, and there are teams of phlebotomy. Just her alone draws 300 people. Because that's how healthcare works. Healthcare, they need to see your specimen. They need to, doctors don't just look at you with his eyes. They need to take your lab to see what's up with you. That's how healthcare works. So nursing homes have their patients there. They don't hire phlebotomy. They need you. Doctors are needing support, assisted living, hospitals, like the overflow of hospitals. You just have to go there and say the right thing. Some of you don't know what to say. Some of you don't even know what you're selling. Some of you don't know what you're selling. Some of you don't have the idea of this business. That's where the problem comes in. A lot of people will just lie to you. You see a lot of posts on social media. So they just tell you to come and take their course. They give you the course. They give you certification. What then happens after these certifications? That's where a lot of dilemma. That's where we are today. It's a lot of people training and giving certifications here and there, and they don't even equip us with the process, the operation perspective, the marketing perspective, how to get the client, the operation, like the day-to-day operation. What does this business entails? The only reason I'm able to explain it is because I have been through this process. This is what I do every day. And I also was able to transfer my knowledge, my skill set as a researcher, because I have to continue to find and troubleshoot the industry. What's up? How can I make this money? So that's how that works, okay? Then let's see. Immigration. Immigration is huge. Immigrants are everywhere. I am sure you all know one immigrant or the other. Some of you are married to immigrants. Some of you are planning to go to Ghana to buy those cheap lands. Some of you have already heard about that. A lot of you have friends. People are now going. So it's called immigration. You know, immigration is when you leave your country and come in America, right? Then immigration is when you leave America to another country. So immigration is actually now the new cake. It's the dope thing right now. People, because you can convert your power of dollar. You have a huge currency with you. Dollar, when you convert it to another currency, is huge money back there. So people are now getting to know about this thing. So they are leaving to go and do business in another country. I know of a guy, he's in the business here. He is now in New Mexico doing staffing for security. Because how much is it going to pay those people when you convert your dollar to Mexico dollar? You know how much, I don't know what they spend in Mexico, all those countries. But I know of Naira. When I take my $1, when I convert it to 1 Naira, which is Nigerian currency, I'm looking at 2,000 Naira. Just $1 is 2,000 Naira. So when people hear about, because at the end of the day, it's all about money. I don't care how you make your money, just make the money, right? So these are different options for you to make money. You go to Nigeria or Ghana, you buy a land, you can build a big house on there and you turn those into real estate. Real estate is a very good industry too. I'm just helping you, I'm empowering you guys to know that you have a tool and you have something here to work with. So immigration services. There are so many facets of immigration. These statistics here is just on visa only. It's just on visa, just by helping people to get visa into America. How about you helping people that are in America establishing what? Their citizenship, helping them to gain client. And that's what we learn. And with the thing with immigration is that one client, how much do you think immigration cases cost? One client is 2 grand, depending on the case. Some are 3,500. That's how much I be charging those people. So because I'm an immigrant, I'm able to tell you that immigration is another niche, and you don't need to go back to law school to do paperwork, because you're only helping immigrants to navigate a complex USCIS what process. Because USCIS is a complex process. That's the US Citizenship and Immigration Services. Because when people come to America, they are not yet legal. They are not citizens of America. They weren't born here, right? Unless those of you that are born here. You can only be a citizen of a citizen of a country by either by birth or by naturalization. So when you are not born here, then you come here, you want to remain legal. The only reason why Trump is deporting people now because they are illegal. They came into America illegally. So they are not. So they need help to adjust their status to become legal, to obtain the green card. If you're into news, you'll probably understand what I'm saying. So when you accompany those services into your notary, some of you are notary, some of you are tax preparers, some of you like administrative type of role. These are the type of thing that can fetch you money. So speaking of stacking, speaking of wraparound services, this is one here. What about your non-emergency medical transportation? Some of you have NMT transportation industry, or some of you knows one. Some of you have been looking like all these mobile drivers. Amazon is another one too, right? But let's bring all those driving into what? Medical transportation. Some of you, they ask you to go deliver medication. Some of you have to be the one to transport those organs, surgical organs, surgical trials, different types, different reason why they be transported. But the major need for NEMT is when you are providing transportation services to people to get in and out of their medical appointments. In turn, you can make money by offering wraparound services around that. Because remember, you're dealing with patients, right? They are going to their medical appointment. When you get there, you can might as well be a one-stop shop. Take them for the appointment, be that appointment server. All right. Even those that are, since it's transportation, they also need to make sure that the driver have what? No background, no criminal record. They are not also under the influence of alcohol. So these are ways to look around things. The moment you enjoy marketing, the moment you understand what you're marketing, they understand the solution that you provide, you understand and you'll be able to do it efficiently. And that's when your money will come in. All right, guys, let's see what my next point says. And that's the last one. Behavioral health issue. Behavioral health. Behavioral health is another thing. Mental health is, you know how many people have mental health issue? Depression is considered as mental health issue. Anxiety is mental health. There are so many people, and the way the insurance reimburses for these programs, just 1 hour when you consult, when you do therapy with somebody, you are looking at, it's a high billable standpoint. And some of us don't know. So I want you to either tap into this or look at therapists that are offering these services, because a therapy or a counselor do not necessarily can't really help someone that is under mental health issue or drug abuse or substance abuse, because it's another thing, substance abuse. They need to what? They need to see the kind of substance they are on, because substance is related, is a comorbid of what? Mental health issue, right? The only reason why I'm able to share this is because I have a contract with a therapist. This girl, she has a contract with the Department of Correction. So she got a contract, and you're trying to correct somebody, because those people that are in the Department of Corrections, they are in probation, right? They're in jail. They are trying to make sure they get treatment, they get care, and all that. So she in turn is looking for a lab to offer drug testing for her. So this is how I know. So all of these people from the DOC, Department of Corrections, they come to me. I get to be the one to do their drug testing. So there are so many avenues to make money. That is how I got this contract, and that is how I know this is another niche here you are not looking at. I won't share all of my nugget with you. Y'all must come to conference. Y'all must be in my next conference. I have more for you. But I want to see if you guys have any questions. That concludes my presentation for today. So I'm going to see if you guys have questions. See if I can stop sharing my screen so that I can make it bigger. Beautiful. Simple Ferris, nice name, Merlene. Every one of you, I hope you guys enjoyed. You probably have learned one or two things. Miss Chanel, do you have any question for me? So what did you eventually decide to do, Miss Chanel, as far as niche? Because let me tell you what happened here. Chanel, we were actually live like this. It was live. I was live. I think it was 2, 3 days ago. And she's looking into point of care testing. And then she asked me, is it okay or is it wise for someone to pick a niche, to niche down in point of care testing? I didn't even think of that. But immediately when she said that, there was a light bulb. She instigated something right there. And the answer is true. We remember we said something in niches. So, for example, she wants to do the POC, which is the point of care testing. But STD is going to be a niche because there are so many reasons for for point of care testing. It could be for HIV. It could, I mean to say, it could be for point of care testing for A1C. It could be your home care bound patients. It could be for rapid flu, RSV. It could be for just flu season, right? In flu season, you're going to sell out. Remember in COVID time, people were selling out. People were like just cashing out. You know how much people were making? Isn't that actually what made this industry a little bit revealed? I see that question. Keep them coming. I'm going to check them in a minute. So what? Then, people started to gravitate. So then, anyway, to cut the long story short, Chanel then said, are we able to pick a niche? Because there are these guys, they bother not with anything else. They don't do A1C check. They don't do anything. All they want to do is STD. And they kill the show because people are testing and positive for having symptoms of STD. So that's their niche. Because then they can refer people. Oh, you need STD, go to this person. Oh, you need COVID testing, go to, because they are not like the one stop for everything. So there is niches or riches in niches. Oh. Now, Chelsea Singletary, I'm sorry if I didn't say that name right. Chelsea wants to know, do you need to already have a background in healthcare to get into this business? The answer is no. You don't need to have a healthcare background. Because you don't need to do all you don't need healthcare background to do testing, because even the CMS that gives us this license, even the clinical for Center for Medicaid and Medicare Services, aka CMS, does not require us to have a license. All you need is your high school diploma, and if you can read, you will be able to write and understand. So Chelsea, that is the answer for you. Okay. Tina wants to know, how do you get credentialed? What company could we use? That's a very good question. There are so many ways to get credentialed. If you look at the people that does billing, they do billing and credentialing together. I have a guy, he also helps out with the credentialing process. So, but how to get credentialing, the first thing is you need your NPI. You need to have your NPI. And we always say start with CMS, start with Medicaid or Medicare. Then if you have Medicare, immediately, because you're in the system, you can use those same paperwork, those same things to get the other commercial insurances. Because only CMS, why am I saying CMS? Only Medicaid and Medicare are the government contract, are the government insurance. Then you have to look at your state. Your state, in some states, some insurances are popular than the other. So you have to know which one is popular. For example, it could be Blue Cross, it could be Blue Shield, it could be Athena, it could be Cigna, it could be Aetna, all these places. But the first one we like for you to always start with is the Medicaid. And Medicaid covers people from 0 to 64. 65 and above is Medicare. Miss Dr. Lashandra, I think we met at the conference. So she wants to know, how does weight loss clinic work? How can we start a weight loss clinic? Very good. A lot of people want to lose weight. I'm a candidate. You know how much I invest in weight loss? If you come to my home, I have a walking pad. I have a gym pass. I have all these things in life just to make sure I'm losing weight. People are overweight. And so to start a weight loss clinic, you need a nurse practitioner, because the medication, especially if you are looking into giving medication, because they are the ones that can write. All you just have to do is, you are the owner of your business. You're just going to partner with a nurse practitioner to help you to start that clinic. Okay. So Anne wants to know, how do they get treated if tested positive? Very good question. If someone tests positive, you're just going to refer them to the doctor. So you need a nurse practitioner at least on file. And I only pay my nurse practitioner $250 per month because she's doing nothing. We are the one that does all the work. They don't do the work. We only need their name to get the scripts. That's all they do. So they enjoy doing that anyway because they are not doing anything. It's free money to them. So you have to look for the new ones, the newbie, the graduate one that just recently graduate. You can pay them and they will take 250. Just have to negotiate your price. That's how you treat them. So once they come back positive, you do have to treat them. And you can definitely, and now if you are paying a nurse practitioner 250, you can as well just stack the services. So then go ahead and offer IV, go ahead and do weight loss. You will begin to see influx of clients because people, and they also need IV. They need all of these other wraparound services. Okay, so I tie those questions together. You have your NPI. That's it. The next thing is for you to get your Medicaid. A Medicaid application is always through your state because every state Medicaid program vary. But the Medicare is government, and these other insurances, this is your commercial, is through your commercial insurances. Nasha said, do you need a brick and mortar for Medicaid? No, you don't need a brick and mortar for Medicaid and Medicare. Unless Medicare, but Medicaid you don't. I've never had any issues with Medicaid. A lot of people always are like, oh, they're going to come out for a survey. No, you don't need. It's a mobile business. You are a mobile clinic. Even when you're filling out your CLIA, you are going to see on the section 2, it says other. You're just going to check other. So you don't need to have no brick and mortar. Don't let all of these things fear. A lot of people don't. That's exactly what some of the issues that I've been looking at, I've been facing, or I've seen people face. So what EHR or CMR do you recommend? I recommend the cheapest one is Office Alley. There is also Cario. My doctor uses Cario, actually. My nurse practitioner uses Cario. But Office Alley is a very cheap one. CRM that we can look into is Care Time. We actually have a partnership with Care Time, and they can give most of our students discounts. This video should be recorded. You can go back to my YouTube channel and access this video. I want to believe. Very well, niece. Aren't the STD clear tests pretty pricey? They are not pricey. A lot of people that are in STD that have symptoms actually want to pay out of pocket because they're having issues. They know they did what they're not supposed to do. They knew they had unprotected sex, so they are looking to get it treated. People will pay for things like that. So out of pocket is the way to go. How many of you knows Ultra Lab? Ultra Lab don't take insurance, and they are making billions of money every day. Ultra Lab owner is the same person like you and I. You see all these businesses that are making money, they are just like you and I. It's the positioning that is different. The way you position the business is different from the way they position the business. They didn't have to go back to school. What they did was hire people. And I said it. Sometimes you need to physically come and see some things. If you come down to Maryland, when you see this guy, you will be shocked that he's the one that owned the space. All he did was acquire the space and staff NPs. And they do a lot and make a lot of money. Credentialing is so easy. You can get your business credential in less than 30 days. You don't even need no physical location to do all these things. It's the position. So don't be afraid. People will pay you out of pocket for your test. Trust me, especially for STD testing. They will pay you. All you need is clear, and clear is so easy to obtain. In Texas, clear is approved in 2 days. 2 days. I've seen 2 days approval of test of clear. In my state, it's only 4 weeks. It's a waiver test. It's less risky. So there is nothing they are going to keep you away from. Supplies aren't pricey. You have to buy them in bulk. And there are so many new business owners like supplier, vendors, distributors. POC machine, if you want to invest, there was a program with Abbott. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's ABOTT. Abbott has this machine that can test three in one, RSV, flu, and this thing. If you do a certain test, they waive all those fees for you. I recommend Office Alley or Cario, Kareo, Cario or Office Alley. You have a clear, you have a business. Trust me. You all need to listen to these people. You have a clear, you have a business. They are not pricey. Where can we get a point of care equipment? You have to partner with some labs. I actually also recently established a relationship with this guy. There are so many new businesses out there looking for us. So he said they can actually provide us with some equipment. Yeah. So it's going to give us some equipment, and especially it's looking for mobile blood draw companies. So if you guys draw blood, you can definitely use this guy's help. They have all this equipment. They are moderate lab. Actually, they are high complexity lab. So they have all this equipment and they are willing to give us. Exactly, Tina. So Tina is partner with Autolab, and She's are you seeing clients? Is Autolab sending you clients right now? So that's it from here. It's not pricey. I just want you guys to go out there and make a difference. You have to make a difference. Don't be afraid to start small. My business was never anything. We started small. I picked a name. I knew I wanted to make an impact. So my business, I just named it Impact. And I was just out there. Who knows, my first outreach will get me my $1 billion contract. That's exactly my story. My first outreach actually got me those contracts because I know people said market, and that's what I was doing. So I started to market my business, and I started to market, and that opened the next door, the next door, the next door. Like, I'm speaking of partnership, is because I keep doing this research. When you say equipment, Abbott. Thank you, Winter Wonderland. Abbott, Abbott. And if you also want, you can also, if you also want, you can also look at there is this what is this name of this company? We use them for rapid testing. You can get a lot of kits. There is another guy in the group. I actually always tag him if I need, if someone needs point of care testing supplies. So there is a guy in the group, and if you go on clearwaiver.com, there are so many companies out there. So Rosalind, there is this guy. I'm bringing him to conference. It's coming. It's gonna be there. They would have their own table. It's gonna probably be one of my panelists, but he's gonna come and talk to us about what they do and how we can benefit. And they give a lot of free supplies. They give a lot of free supplies. So they're looking for mobile. You actually need to connect with them, Rosalind, because I said that you do blood draw. So they would give. He's looking for mobile. He's looking for mobile blood draw companies. Actually, they have other supplies, and he also said one of the things that he has seen as a problem, that is a pattern problem in this industry, is that a lot of mobile phlebotomists complains that they don't have access to portal, which is true. When you reach out to Quest Diagnostic, Quest will never give you those accounts unless you have a provider, because clinical accounts are strictly for providers. But this new company that I just established with is bridging that gap for us, y'all. This lab right here, because you can't get a Quest account, it's hard. So, but now he is going to give us an account. He's going to give us a portal. We don't need no nurse practitioner. They will give us all the supplies. Yes, Ultra Lab does, but are you able to see the results? You can't see the results. And sometimes Ultra Labs get the money. Ultra Labs gets paid, and you get the fees. But in this case, you are going to get paid, and it's your account. You're going to be the provider with the free supply and the portal access. This is the game changer. So that's the thing that I'm bringing to the table for you guys. Many, many, many more stuff, because I love to do research. I like to do all of this. So I bridge the gap on you guys' behalf, and I bring those good news to you. It's what I enjoy to do. But I'm definitely going to share. I'm not going to share, like, I'm going to share once the time is right, because yeah, that's what is said, and we're doing it. All right, guys. So I'm going to do 2 more minutes to see if you guys have any other question, and I would wrap up. It's been a pleasure. Thank you all so much for coming out. I think this is recorded. You can definitely access this at a later time should you need to. Conference is definitely going to be in August, and I'm planning. We're still in the planning phase. I have actually recruited my planning committee, so we're going to have our first kickoff this Saturday. So yeah, many more updates coming definitely. But yeah, it's a game changer. I'm not going to let anyone this industry, there is money. Like, we have evidence, we have people that are making money. I am making money. There's a lot of opportunities here, even if it's just lead that you want to look into, even if it's just weight loss, even if it's just phlebotomy. Like, we do all these things, and they are all money making, but we need to all gather and learn together and share all of these resources. So definitely, conference is in August. Start to plan, start to save your money. We are going to have payment plan, and it's not going to be too expensive, because especially it's our first. So yeah, start to plan around it. And I'm looking, it's gonna probably be in Atlanta. So you might as well just start to plan right now. So in Atlanta, in August. We're looking at second week in August, but for sure, more details, more coming. And we're gonna have lots of great speaker, people that will impact our lives. We're not just having conference for having sake. It gotta be a meaningful conference. So the certification for let I didn't get a certification. Okay. I all they needed from me was for me to have a nurse practitioner, because what that does is a nurse practitioner will look at the elevator levels, because some kids are gonna be elevated. They will definitely have lead poisoning. So once my nurse practice, and we do the work, as I say, I'm the one that does all of this work in my team, because I have to train a virtual assistant to help me out. So once we see those elevated portion level, what we are required to do is report to the Department of Environment, right? We're going to report to the environmental department, and my doctor, which is my nurse practitioner, will call the pediatrician, and they will do a peer-to-peer review. So again, there are some layers. So again, I just needed to have a nurse practitioner. They need me to have an MA that would do the testing, actual testing, but they actually had to bend on that. And what else? I need my NP, and I know I also need to be a Medicaid provider. Yeah. This evening probably is too late, but you can definitely give me a call tomorrow. I'm not teaching tomorrow. I'm gonna be home, so yeah, I have time for coaching. You know, I am a college professor, so I get to teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So Wednesdays, Mondays are my off days. So for sure, I can do coaching stuff on Thursday, on Wednesday. So that's actually why I'm here this evening. But tomorrow evening is our immigration consultation class. We're gonna kick off. I mean, we're in our fourth week, and we are working. Like, I don't want you guys to feel like people are pushing certifications on you and not giving you roadmaps or clarity on how you can make money. So definitely, this is a space to try. I feel like and it's an easy space. Like, on like with nursing, I mean to say, with home care, you have to get a lot of credentialing, you have to be accredited in some certain place, you have to do skilled nursing, you have to pay OT, and you have to find caregivers. Burden of not even finding, like, this is not the case in lab diagnostic. You don't need to worry about caregivers. Y'all can get your job done. A lot of people wants to do mobile call it a day, like make $20. So people are looking to do travel on your behalf. Like, you would dispatch those people, and they're looking to do. Unlike caregivers don't want to work. Like, so that's the way I see. I have a home care business, but I would rather do my lab than the home care. So I don't want you guys to feel discouraged. Like, this industry is good, and go ahead and just start to plan towards conference, because I am going to load you. Like, we are coming, and I really want to make that a different experience. So I'm saving a lot for conference, so y'all can come out, and we can kickstart. All right. I'm gonna go. I love you guys. I mean it. And yeah, I feel like you guys can access this later on. So bye for now, y'all. If you need me, you can hit on my website. I have lots of trainings and what have you. Like, a testimony was just shared with us today, especially on my immigration DNA. And so yeah, I feel like you guys should also look into that, especially if you're offering DNA. DNA is a very good, high profitable business. I forgot to mention, when it comes to drug testing, y'all, with drug testing, your best route is business to business. A lot of individuals are not looking for drug testing on the street. Like, if you sell, or if you're marketing a DNA to an individual, they're not gonna buy, because what is drug testing for? But you will do well if you market it to a business, because they are the ones hiring managers. You're helping them out. They want to make sure they hire the right person, so they're gonna have to do their background checks. They have to do their drug testing and all that. So business to business is the route to go when it comes to that. So I hope this few updates or these few nuggets will help you guys. I gotta really go. I love you, and take care, and thanks for watching. Bye, y'all. Very well. Yeah, you're welcome, Erlene. Take care, everyone.